Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Syafia Almahira. My student ID number is F1C323022. I am a member of group 4. On this occasion, I would like to talk to you about the definition and characteristic of fluids. We all know that fluids are the substances that can flow and change shape easily in response to external forces. But in physics, the definition of fluids is the substances that continually flows or deforms when we subject it to shear, stress, or external force. The fluid is one of the pieces of matter, and we consider fluids like liquid, gases, and plasmas. One of the scientific definitions of fluid is that these are substances with zero shear modulus, or, in simple words, these substances cannot resist the shear force applied to them. In our daily life, we can see the example of fluids in our body, such as blood has to flow smoothly through the veins and arteries to supply the body with oxygen. The study of fluid flow used the principle of laminar and turbulent flow. Laminar flow, where fluids flows in parallel layers without disruption, is ideal for efficient blood circulation. In contrast, turbulent flow can indicate health issues. There are some characteristics of fluids, such as viscosity, pressure, density, compressibility, and incompressibility. The number one is viscosity. Viscosity is a measure of fluid's resistance to deformation or flow. Fluids with high viscosity, such as honey, flow more slowly than fluids with low viscosity, such as water. Number two is pressure. The force exerted by a fluid per unit area on the surface of an object. The pressure in a static fluid is the same in all directions. Number three is density. Mass per unit volume of fluid. Density affects many fluid properties, including buoyancy and flow. And the last one is compressibility and incompressibility. Gas is considered an incompressible fluid because its volume can change with pressure. In contrast, fluids are usually considered incompressible because their volume tends to remain constant despite changes in pressure.
Fluid flow is the study of how fluids, such as air, water, or oil, flow through a system, such as a pipe or pipe, including understanding how fluids interact with surface and flow through channels, as well as how force, such as gravity, viscosity, and pressure affect fluid flow. There are several types of fluid flow, including laminar flow and turbulent flow. Laminar flow occurs when it flows in a regular and organized manner, with parts of the fluid moving together without interfering with each other. Turbulent flow, on the other hand, occurs when a fluid flows in an irregular and disorganized manner, with parts of the fluid moving randomly and interfering with each other. Fluid flow is important in many fields, including engineering, material science, and engineering, because it allows engineers and scientists to understand and control how fluid flow through systems, which can help them optimize system designs and improve their performance.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, let me introduce myself. My name is Diah Lestari. I will explain material about the types of fluids, which are divided into two, namely based on their movement. Fluid can be categorized into two types. Okay, First, static fluid. Defined as a branch of physics that deals with pressure, water balance, and other fluids. Fluids address present problems that are far from simple to solve compared to dynamic fluids. Static fluid is a fluid that is in a stationary phase or a fluid that is in motion but there is no difference in speed between the fluid particles. It can also be said the fluid particles move at a uniform speed, doesn't cause shear forecast. From example, water is a glass that is not applied to a force will remain still, or river water that flow at a constant speed. And then to second, dynamic fluid. Dynamic fluid is a fluid or can be liquid gas that move to take to make it easier to learn. Fluid is here considered steady or has a constant speed or over time. Incompressible does not change volume, is not viscous, isn't turbulent, or does not experience words. Okay. Um, Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning everyone. How are you today? My name is Zahratun. Student number is 07. Okay, after we have listened to the explanation from my colleague here, I will also explain what are the properties of this fluid. Come on, listen carefully, okay? Fluids, which include liquids and gases, have a number of physical properties that influence their behavior under various conditions. The following are some of the main properties of fluids. Number one, density. Density is the mass per unit volume of a fluid. Symbols and units. Symbols P or rho. Unit kilogram meters cubic. Density determines how fluid interact with gravity and pressure. Pressures is the force per unit area exerted by a fluid on a surface. Symbol P, the unit is Pascal or PA. Pressure is important in understanding how fluid behave in closed and open system. Number 3, viscosity. Viscosity is a measure of a fluid's resistance to flow or deformation. Symbol units are poise or P or Pascal seconds. Viscosity affects the flow velocity and internal friction force in the fluid. Number 4, compressibility. Compressibility is a measure of the change in volume of a fluid due to change in pressure, usually expressed in 1 per P. Compressibility is important in understanding the behavior of gas fluids, which can be easily compressed compared to liquids. Number 5, surface tension. Surface tension is the force acting on a fluid surface that causes the surface to stiffen. The unit is Newton per meters. Surface tension is important in capillary phenomena and droplet formation. Number 6, cohesion and adhesion. Cohesion, the attractive force between molecules in the same fluid. Adhesion, the attractive force between fluid's molecule and another surface. Cohesion and adhesion affect the behavior of fluids at surface and in interaction with other materials. Number 7. Laminar and turbulent flow. Laminar, smooth and regular fluid flow. Turbulent, irregular, rotating fluid flow. Importance: the type of flow affects the efficiency of fluid transport and energy distribution. Mm, Number 8. Relative density or specific gravity. The ratio of the density of a fluid to the density of water. Used to determine whether a fluid will sink or float in water. These properties are essential in a variety of engineering and scientific applications, such as in the design of paving systems, hydraulic mechanics, aircraft, and more. Understanding these properties allows engineers and scientists to predict and control fluid behavior in a variety of situations.
Fluid mechanics is the study of the force on fluid. This fluid can be either a gas or a liquid. Fluid mechanics includes blood fluid static, the study of fluid at rest, and fluid dynamics, the study of fluid in motion. Notice that the fluid mechanics serves as the fundamental principle in a number of disciplines in science and engineering. For instance, atmospheric science is built upon fluid mechanics, as is cardiology, the study of the blood flow through our veins and arteries, the study of the implication of water and its subsequent movement in undertreated submerged media. First-John hydrology also relies on fluid mechanics, as do studies of the movement of groundwater in geology media. Groundwater hydrology. Other disciplines include surface hydrology, the study of movements of water on land surface, in canal and river, and in ocean, lakes, estuaries, and petroleum engineering, that study the movement of oil and gas in geology reserve field. Example also includes hydrology, which study fluid motion in paper or made conduits. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Syakira with number F1C323022. The conclusion is fluids, which can be either liquids or gases, have the ability to flow and conform to the shape of their containers. Important properties like viscosity, pressure, and density affect their flow behavior and response to external forces. There are two main types of fluid flow: laminar, which is smooth and orderly, and turbulent, which is chaotic and irregular. Fluid flow can also be categorized based on compressibility, stability, and uniformity. Fluids are classified into categories such as ideal fluids, real fluids, Newtonian fluids, and non-Newtonian fluids. Newtonian fluids have constant viscosity, while non-Newtonian fluids have viscosity that changes with shear rate or deformation. Fluid concepts are widely applied in various fields including transportation, piping system, heating and cooling, medical application, agriculture, industry, and water treatment. Principles like Pascal's law, Archimedes' principle, and Bernoulli's law are fundamental in designing and optimizing fluid-based systems.